Alrighty, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Playbook Podcast. This is episode 30. Um, we have a very, very packed episode today. We were not able to record yesterday, so we had to record today's the April 8th. And a lot of things have happened over the last 24 hours, so there's a lot more to cover now than there would have been yesterday, so it actually ended up working out. But we're just going to hop right in. We're going to jump right into some breaking news in the NBA earlier today. Mike Malone, the head coach of the Nuggets, and their GM were both fired. Um, Kind of a bombshell earlier today from all these in the NBA. This is crazy news. I mean, Mike Malone is a championship winning coach. Their GM put a championship team together, and they both get fired 5 games before the playoff starts. Um, I want to cover a couple portions of this. We're going to break this down. So, does this? So the Nuggets have been struggling recently. They haven't won a game. I think the last 3 games, Jokic has averaged like 45, 10, and 10 or something like that, and they haven't won a single one of them. So what do you think this does to the Nuggets' chances about doing something in the playoffs?
I heard him a lot. Um, I was shocked when Mike Malone got fired because I think he's one of the best coaches in the NBA. Despite the fact he says that he's a Lakers daddy and all that stuff, and it turns out he's fired now. That again.
Yeah.
Um, but here's the deal: it hurt just changes a lot because Jamal Murray is on and off all season. Michael Porter Jr. has not looked himself out all this season, man. He's that third piece of winning a championship. I mean, without you can have Jamal Murray and Jokic on that team, and still they need MPJ as as a third
Hmm.
man option. And this year, he's not looked like that at all.
Hmm.
Jamal Murray looks like he's out of shape a little bit. MP and Michael Porter Jr. doesn't look like he doesn't want to play no more. So I it hurts and changes a lot. It really does.
Yeah, I agree. It's having a brand new coach come in, try to set the tone, try to figure things out. 5 games out of the playoffs is really crazy. I think that just kind of lets you know how bad Mike Malone lost his team. I feel like, and there's one other thing I want to talk about on this is that there's no way this happens without Jokic knowing about it. There's just no way. Jokic probably signed off on this because every time someone gets fired on LeBron's team, everyone's like, "Oh well, LeBron signed off on it." So I'm going to keep that same energy here with Jokic. He's an MVP, multiple time MVP, Finals MVP. He's the best player in the league right now. He knew his coach was getting fired, so he definitely signed off on this. I think that's just goes to show how badly Mike Malone lost his team. He lost the guys. He lost the faith in him. I don't know what it was. It was very, very. I don't know what happened to cause this rift, but it was obviously a very big rift. So I'm concerned for the Nuggets' chances. I know they still have Jokic. They still have the best player in the world. He can go on, a 2018 LeBron type of run and carry his team. But I don't know how conducive it is to winning when you're firing your coach 5 games before the playoffs. It's very, very interesting. And that kind of leads into the last point. Do you think that this is the beginning of the end for Nikola Jokic in a Denver Nuggets uniform?
Yeah, I've heard reports saying that he might go to LA with Luca, and I know Luca.
Mm,
I know in the past and like in the All Star games practices, even because I know they're
mm,
best friends. I've been told
yeah,
they're best
right.
friends, and I think they talked about it for a long time. They talked about it for a long time, man. And you put LeBron, Jokic, and Luca on that team, man. Jeez, man,
Mm, yeah,
that's scary.
that'd be insane.
That would be
No,
insane.
yeah, that would be absolutely
Yeah,
terrifying.
that actually would. They had to. David Stern would have banned it, but if he was alive, that would have happened. But yeah, I think Jokic's gonna leave, and right now he's a betting favorite to go to LA with the Lakers. I'm not trying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying because I'm a Lakers fan. I
No,
see.
he's the
I
betting
see.
favorite. Yeah.
I see on reports. So if those out there say we're biased towards one team, and like somebody else in another media does that stuff, so we're doing it to y'all too. I ain't Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan. Yeah, of course I'm a Lakers fan, but I see my reports on my phone and stuff like that. So don't come after me like that.
Yeah, he is the betting favorite, the Vegas betting favorite. The Lakers are the Vegas betting favorite to get Jokic. Speaking of the Lakers, we are going to actually talk about their game against the Thunder a couple days ago. So they played the Thunder 2 days ago. That would be Sunday. They played it Sunday afternoon. The Lakers ended up winning that game 126 to 99 points. Luka Doncic had his way. He had 37 rebounds, 6 assists. Austin Reeves added 20 points. LeBron added 19 with 7 assists. Well, I mean, this could be a Western Conference Finals preview. This was a pretty big deal. I know the Lakers just played the Thunder again today. They lost that game. Luka Doncic got thrown out halfway through the third quarter. Talking to a fan. So kind of throw that game out. That the shot he had just hit after he was talking to a fan put the Lakers up after being down like 20. So they came they came back, and then their best player gets thrown out of the game because the NBA refs are horrifically awful. But so I'm gonna kind of throw that one out. If your best player can't finish the game, So I want to focus on this one because Luka Doncic was able to play the entire game. The Lakers look really good. They were lights out from 3, 20. They made 22, shot 40, 55%. Do you think that this proved that the Lakers are a terrifying team and can compete with anybody in the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, they're the best team in the Western Conference as a whole. They have the experience and IQ, and I think, no offense to AD, but I think LeBron and Luka are a better matchup for AD instead of AD and LeBron. When AD and LeBron had that run in 2020, sure, but after that, AD hasn't done anything since then as a Laker. He missed games, he missed seasons, he was out for a long period of time. LeBron was in his prime still at 36 or 7 years old, and a little bit of 38, a little bit, and for his foot, something happened to his foot in that stretch out in off season, and I think they could have won another championship with AD and LeBron, but I think Luka and LeBron's more scarier because I feel like LeBron and Luka they have the same kind of game. Luka and LeBron are the only person I've seen in NBA history that can slow down a game. I should put Kobe Bryant at a little bit, but they can slow down the game and their momentum. They can do RPO, run off the screen, run off the ball. Luka needs to be a ball handler at all times. LeBron is a 40-year-old, probably the best shape ever. That when he retires, somebody study his body for real. So yes, they can beat anybody. I don't care. OKC, UFC, KFC, they can survive. If you have a Denver Nugget, an ISO Nugget, a Chicken Nugget, they can survive. You're gonna have a Steph Curry, a Dale Curry, or Tyson Fury. They can survive.
Yeah, I mean, I think me and Trey both picked the Lakers to, win the West, and I still stand by that. I think the game today that they just lost to the Thunder is not as conducive as this one because Luka got kicked out for yelling at a fan. That's still ridiculous to me, but whatever. The Lakers, when they're playing well, when they're locked in, I think they're terrifying. I know Rui also didn't play today. So that's another big deal because Rui's a huge part of this team now. Having Dorian Finney-Smith, Gabe Vincent, and Rui Hachimura as 3-and-D guys, LeBron James and Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves being the big hitters. Jackson Hayes playing his dunker role, and then you have guys like Jordan Goodwin and Jared Vanderbilt, who are other guys that can defend extremely well. This team is crazy. Luka Doncic and LeBron James both being playoff mode is I'm very interested to see, because I do think LeBron is still pacing himself. He hasn't really gone all out in a while. He's still pacing himself. He wants to be fully healthy for the playoffs, and all the Lakers have to do now. So they beat the Thunder. They split with the Thunder, which I think splitting with the Thunder is the best you could have hoped for. There's some people, Stephen A. Smith, who said that they were going to lose 5 out of 6, and they are now in that same stretch 4-2. So did pretty well in an incredibly tough stretch. You split with the Thunder. You did lose to the Warriors. You beat the Rockets and Grizzlies, beat the Pelicans. So now all they have to do in their final 3 games is win 2 of them, and they for sure, no matter what anyone else does, they have the 3 seed. No matter what. That doesn't include whatever happens to the rest of the Western Conference. If they win 2 games, so they're playing the Mavs, the Rockets, the Trailblazers in Game 82. Win 2 of those games, you're the 3 seed. No one else can catch you because of the loss count. You only have 31 losses. Everyone else below you has 32. So that's all they have to do. The Mavs team is horrible. It will be a back-to-back tomorrow. Hey, Luka got some extra rest because the refs wanted to take matters into their own hands and play hero and make the game about them against the Thunder. So there's that. But they will be playing the Mavericks tomorrow. So, excuse me, I got allergic to the refs. My goodness. Oh, these stinking NBA refs got me sneezing and coughing and crying. So the Mavs, Luka's going to go crazy. It's his first game back in Dallas. I know Luka's going to have himself quite the game. And then they play the Rockets again in LA, their last home game. And then they play Portland. The best thing I think for the Lakers to do would be to beat Dallas, beat Houston, then be able to rest that final game, rest everyone against the Trailblazers. But if they have to go in Game 82 and go lock up the 3 seed, they should do that. And if they lose and they're not able to, then they don't deserve the 3 seed anyway. So they got to go out there and do that for sure. So we're going to move to another Western Conference matchup. This was the Rockets versus the Warriors. This happened on Sunday. We're talking about this game for one reason and one reason only. Stephen Curry had 3 points. And I was, going over the entire landscape of sports media, and I really couldn't find anybody talking about this. And
no, I couldn't find one person.
Instead, all I found was, guys on First Take, who we will talk about later, managing to bring up LeBron in a hockey conversation. So I'm just the media. The way the media protects Steph Curry is unbelievable. I like Steph Curry. I think he's a great player. I have him top 10 all time. But if you guys want to hold him to the same standards you hold Magic Johnson, you hold, Kobe, you hold LeBron, MJ, then we have to destroy him for this. 3 points. 3. I want to pull up something here. I'm going to pull up something. And so the last time LeBron scored 3 points in a game, it was versus the Rockets, surprisingly. The Rockets, December 29th, 2004. So that was 21 years ago. He was 19 years old.
Wow.
Trey, I think you were, I don't even know how old you were.
I was 2.
You were 2. So Trey was 2.
I was 2 years
and
old.
I was 6 last time LeBron scored 3 points. Okay. So this is insane. It came at a bad time. The Warriors are in got to have it mode. This loss sent them all the way down to the 8 seed. And Amen Thompson and that Rockets defense really clamped up Steph. I mean, what were your thoughts on this? And I mean, just in general, like, how ridiculous is this?
Yeah, I couldn't find one person Couldn't find Stephen A. Couldn't find Colin Coward. Couldn't find Wilbon. Nick Wright, surprisingly. Chris Broussard. Um, Not one person talking about this game for some reason. I find it kind of interesting that, but that was LeBron. They would
It
destroy,
would have been headlines.
dude.
Yeah, that would have been
It would have been
headlines.
like all over the place. I mean, I think Skip did on his YouTube channel, if I'm mistaken, but that's about it. But here's the deal. I was 2 years old when LeBron had 3 points in 2004. I was 2 years old. I was 2 years old. I wasn't even 3 yet. My sister Katrina wasn't even born yet. So, I mean, hey man, I keep this energy for Steph Curry because Steph Curry played terrible, man. He was 1 from 10 from the field, 1 from 8 from three. Draymond Green played terrible too. Jimmy Butler had 13 points. That's Michael Jordan's son, though, right? Draymond Green had 2 points. He had 3 rebounds. He had 4 turnovers. Steph had 4 turnovers as well. So man, their bench was awful. I mean, Buddy Hield had 20 points, but they could lift the team in scoring. On top of that, the Warriors shot 37% from the field. Man, that's not good, man. And this day and age in basketball, you can't do that. And then playoffs are approaching too. On top of that, you're in the AC, man. Warriors, you're in the AC. And man, and the Wolves are better than y'all. Dude, I have them right here. You have the Clippers. Oh my God, the Clippers, man. With Kawhi Leonard doesn't even play in the NBA that much. Has more wins than y'all. Y'all are finna be in a play-in. I hurt y'all chances a lot of making it at 6th seed overall. I hurt y'all's chances a lot. Y'all needed that game. They needed that game, Nick. They needed that game.
That was an important game. Yeah.
And they can't now. They probably lost their chance of hitting that 6th seed because now they're in the play-in. And whoever's in the play-in if whoever wins that series, I think will play the Thunder or the Rockets. Am I right, Nick? The Thunder or the Rockets?
Right now they're the 7 seed because the Timberwolves just lost.
Yeah.
That they will play the Timberwolves to play the Rockets because that would be for the 7 seed. Which playing the Timberwolves in the play-in in a one-off and then having to go straight to the team that just punked you, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, that's scary. You got Ant-Man too. Who might be the underrated this player right now in the NBA. But man, that hurts your chances a lot.
Yeah, it really does. That's bad. Steph was horrible. Just gonna say it how it is. When LeBron plays bad, I say LeBron plays bad. Steph was awful. They needed that game. He had 3 points. If LeBron had 3 points, it would have been national news. First Take would have been talking about it like LeBron, just had 3 points in an NBA Finals. But no one thinks Steph Curry is as good as they say he is because no one reacts when he's horrible. Because nobody, and especially the media, the sports media, none of them think he's an actual threat to Michael Jordan. So that's the only reason they ever get mad at or really attack somebody is because of that specific reason. Because the guys at First Take think that LeBron is a massive threat to Michael Jordan's legacy. So they just, they will say whatever they want to about him. We're about to talk about that actually. But yeah, Steph Curry, they have to do better. They're playing the Suns right now. It's a must-win game. They're up 20, so they should be able to win that game. The Suns are awful. No KD.
Yeah, they're all hurt.
The Suns stink, so they have absolutely no reason not to win that game. But win that game, you're in the 47-win club with Memphis and Denver. And if the Clippers win as well, they will also be in that 47-win club with 32 losses. So just got to keep winning. That's all they have to do is they have to keep winning. If they want to stay out of the play-in, they have to keep winning. So, but we'll see how that goes for them. Speaking of the of the Grizzlies, Ja Morant was fined $75,000 for doing his gun gestures after he made a shot. What are your thoughts on this, Trey?
I think John Morant's incredible talent, and I thought he learned his lesson from 2 years ago. 2 years ago, that was my second year semester in college, and I thought this guy was really incredible. I mean, I find it crazy how this guy still has endorsements from Nike, but Kyrie Irving messed up one time doing this anti-Jew stuff on Amazon Prime documentary, promoting that documentary out there in the public. He lost all his sponsors. Lost it from Nike. He lost it from Gate Powerade. He lost it from I forgot what else he lost it from. But John Morant, here's the deal. That thug stuff, that thug life, man. You don't want to live that life, man. I have a friend right now who's in jail, in prison right now, because he fall into the wrong crowd, and he doesn't go to school no more. He dropped out when he was in seventh grade, and he's been in and out of jail. Don't live that life, because I have, if I would die to be an NBA player right now, and if I had good lungs growing up, I would have committed myself to playing in the NBA or the PGA Tour. Those are sports I wanted to play growing up. Football, I thought about it, but after things with DeMar Hamlin and the concussion rates are just terrible right now. So that's subject for another day. I'm a bash Roger Goodell a little bit one day probably, but people look up to this guy. People do. I'm a kind of guy where I didn't grow up in the best household either, but I grew up liking athletes that were my favorite. They were my role models in life, and so that's someone's role model right there, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little kid's role model.
Yeah.
People want to dunk like him. People want to do his ball handling stuff. People wear his shoes,
Mm-hmm.
and one of my cousins wears John Morant's shoes for basketball. My friends do that play basketball overall. And this is just embarrassing, man. He needs to grow up. He needs to mature from it. Because here's the deal: if this guy didn't do an incident from 2 years ago, I think the NBA would have pushed him to be the face of the NBA. But
Yeah.
the search changes a lot.
Yeah. I think he got fined that because the league has been very, very adamant on him not doing anything related to guns. So I think he got kind of a heavy fine because of that, because he knew what he was doing. But I totally agree and echo everything you say. He's got to straighten up. And I know he's done better, but this is just, it's just one of those things. I totally agree with what you said though, for sure. For sure. Oh my goodness! Now I have to talk about this nonsense. Okay, so PK, I believe his name is PK Sabin or Saban. I don't know how to say his last name. I don't really care, to be honest. He was on First Take, and they were discussing how Alexander Ovechkin broke Wayne Gretzky's goal all-time goal record in hockey, and somehow, some way, this guy who's a hockey player who's never been on the show in his life until a couple weeks ago, he bashes LeBron. So Stephen A. Smith's like, "Yeah, come on, I want you on the show for more often because you bash LeBron." He said that the MJ and Kobe were better than LeBron because of their mentality, and nobody fears LeBron, and that's why LeBron's not as good as them. In a hockey conversation, we got there somehow. Just nasty work. But what are your thoughts on this, Jay?
Yeah, so I've heard PK on First Take a little bit in the past with when was it? The Stanley Cup Finals. I forgot the name because I don't watch hockey. No offense to hockey, but I think it's kind of boring. But anyways, I think here's the deal. Okay, I love Jordan. I love Kobe. I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan. I love Kobe Bryant's my favorite player of all time. I always die by that role. It's Kobe, LeBron. My top 5 athletes of all time. Kobe for sure, top 2 behind Tiger Woods. Listen, the Mamba mentality is amazing. The Mamba mentality is straight up be excellent no matter what. He had a crazy work ethic. He arguably, in my book, is the top 5 NBA player of all time. I think the NBA kind of rigged him a little bit by not giving him. They gave him freaking Kwame Brown as a center, dude. Come on. And I think if his team was better, he would have probably won 3 MVPs or 4 MVPs, probably. But because his team was terrible, I mean, he had a strong Western Conference. He had the strong West at the time with Tim Duncan, the Spurs, and Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady in his prime still. He had a upcoming Seattle Supersonics with Ray Allen and them boys and Kevin Durant. So the NBA kind of rigged him a little bit, but you know what is what it is. I love Kobe Bryant, but for you to say because he's better than he's not LeBron James is straight up blasphemy. LeBron James has more game-winning shots than Kobe Bryant. Now he has 8, one ahead of behind Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And the NBA playoffs buzzer beaters overall, he has more buzzer beaters than Kobe Bryant, more buzzer beaters than Michael Jordan, more buzzer beaters than anybody in NBA history in the playoffs. He has the most clutch time points of all time. It's LeBron James, it's Kobe Bryant, it's Kevin Durant, number 3 actually, and then it's Ray Allen. You're telling me a guy as 22 years in the NBA doesn't have that mentality of that dog in him? Really? Come on, PK. Nick, here's my problem with the old heads, okay? I'm gonna call one out. I have to call one out. On Facebook, I have a friend on Facebook. He puts LeBron lead flop and Kobe Bryant's cooking him in the game. Against head to head against Kobe Bryant, LeBron versus Kobe. He's 16-6. LeBron owns him.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that one game, I know that game too. It was January 20th, 2009, one day ahead of Barack Obama's inauguration, and he talked about that stuff off the court. And next thing you know, Kobe Bryant drops 25 on him on LeBron because I don't know it just happens if you win and lose in the NBA. If you want to do that game, look up this game. Look up the game in 2007, I believe it is. December, somewhere in December. It was 2007, 2008 season. I know that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch Kobe versus LeBron in 2007. There's a game. LeBron at the last it was a head-to-head battle game. LeBron James against Kobe Bryant. LeBron isos his team away. LeBron has a close shot against Kobe Bryant. So is the game. The next part of the session to that, LeBron locks him up. Blocks his shot. Blocks his fadeaway shot. And he wins the game. So if you want to pull that game on about him doing the fadeaway shot on LeBron. And I know that game. I've seen that game before. If y'all want to do that, look up that game, people out there. So that's a dumb mentality. People fear LeBron. People don't want to say it, but people fear LeBron, dude. Draymond Green went to the Hamptons and begged Kevin Durant to literally please save me from this guy who owns us. Go ask Paul Pierce why he got Rondo, KG, and Ray Allen on his team. Go ask Paul Pierce that. Go ask Paul Pierce why. Go ask the New Jersey Nets at the time, the Brooklyn Nets, why they got KG and Paul Pierce on their team. Go ask Jay-Z that. Jay-Z was part of that trade. Go ask Jay-Z why that happened. You're telling me a guy 6'9", 260 coming down the train, you're not going to, I'm going to step in front because he's soft and push him out of the way. Really? I've seen Jordan flop too. There's a video of Jordan going viral with him flopping one time. It happens. It's the NBA. They all want calls. It's passion basketball. Oh, well, he's a big crybaby, blah, 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 blah. Everybody cries in the NBA, dude. Every athlete has cried except for golf and tennis. Really, like football players cry to the refs. NBA players cry to the refs. Soccer people cry to the refs. Baseball on the umpires get called soft sometimes, but you know what? No one does that. No one does that to anybody but to LeBron.
Yeah.
It's annoying. Old heads just want to get their laugh in, and that's a dumb analogy for the sake because it's a mentality, and he fades away left and right. Like, dude, shut up, man. If you think that, you don't know basketball at all.
Oh man.
If you think that, oh, he's not skilled enough, really, why does he average 25 points per game for 20 plus seasons in his career? How come? I'll wait. That's all I gotta say. I can go on forever about this, and that's a straight up baloney that he said that.
Yeah, PK. When LeBron retires, I'm really worried about a lot of these shows because they're milking LeBron like crazy. I mean, everything in a hockey. You managed to talk about LeBron in a hockey debate. Okay, to say that the guy who has the most playoff buzzer beaters, the most points in NBA history in the playoffs and in regular season, the guy's been playing for the last 40 years, feels like. He's been in the league longer than he hasn't. To say that guy doesn't have a killer mentality is just disingenuous. It's just disingenuous. It's just, he obviously has no idea what he's talking about. It's just for clicks. It's just for likes and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm not.
And then he said this, too. The game's softer now than it was back in the day. Go watch them, people out there. Go watch the 1990 NBA playoffs for the Bad Boy Pistons versus the Trailblazers. Go tell me how that's a physical game. Go tell me how that's a physical series. Go tell me right now.
Yeah.
Go watch the game. Go watch the game and comment. I'll respond back to you. I've seen that game a lot. That series was extremely boring. I almost fell asleep. Punching people, slapping people in the face is not basketball. That's just like WWE to this point.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just ridiculous. It's just stupid. Whatever. We're going to move on to some college basketball. So the Final Four did take place while we were gone. So I just want to, briefly cover this Final Four. So Florida beat Auburn 79-73. And then I think the biggest, really shock to everybody is Houston managed to beat Duke 70-67. Duke kind of fell apart at the very end. They couldn't inbound the ball. Cooper Flag had 27, 7, and 4. And then on the Houston side, LJ Cryer had 26, 5, and 1. Man, I mean, this was the big shocker for me. Cooper Flag did have a shot to take the lead towards the end of the game. He did miss it. Man, I just feel like this was a really unfortunate stretch for Duke. They played their worst basketball all year in the last 2 minutes of this very, very important game. And then, if you guys watched the national championship yesterday, Florida did end up beating Houston 65-63, coming back from down double digits. Houston didn't even get a shot off in the final seconds. Just a ridiculous ending of that game. But, what were your thoughts overall from the Final Four games and the championship game?
It was up to the hype, I'll tell you that much. I was shocked by Duke and Houston, man. And I know a little bit. I can't blame the refs on that stuff. Things happen in basketball. But man, I just feel bad for Cooper Flag.
Mm-hmm.
He had a good shot. It happens, it's basketball. I've seen in baseball where they got struck out, or they've thrown a good pitcher hits for a home run in baseball. You see in football where look at for example, Tom Brady against the Giants in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
A game-winning touchdown. Wes Welker drops the ball. It happens. It's sports.
Yeah.
So that's for me. Sports so fun, and it's never figured out. You can never figure out sports at all, and that sucks for Cooper Flag. That sucks for him.
Yeah. He's definitely going to be motivated for sure. Yeah. Big congrats to the Gators. They played an awesome championship game. Managed to come back.
I watch your Clayton guy looks like Steph Curry, man. That guy is just
he's insane. Walter Clayton Jr. is nasty. He didn't have a great championship game.
Yeah,
he ended up having 7 assists, 5 rebounds, finding ways to impact the game still. But man, I feel really bad for Houston. They can't seem to win a championship. They've, a couple Elite Eight losses, Sweet 16 loss, a Final Four loss, and now a championship loss. But yeah, I feel bad for Cooper Flag, but I know he will become better from this. And we'll see how the draft shakes up now that Walter Clayton had this ridiculous run. I still think Cooper Flag is the consistent number one pick. I don't think he will not be the number one pick at all. I feel like he's the best player in college basketball, and he proved that all the way through to the end. But yeah, great tournament. Not a ton of upsets, but kind of the year of the one seeds showing why they're the one seeds. So we're going to move over to the women's side of the NCAA basketball tournament. UConn won. They pulled out the win 82-59 against the South Carolina Gamecocks. They ended up winning that game pretty handily. Paige Beckers had 17. Ozzie Fudd had 24, and then Sarah Strong had 24 as well. Just a dominant performance from UConn. Yeah, that was pretty nasty. But I guess the real question is now is, Gino, the head coach of the UConn women's team, has he kind of like entered that realm of being considered one of the greatest coaches in American sports? I mean, I'll give you his resume. 12 champion. He's a 12-time champion. He won from 2002 to 2004, 2009, 2010, 2013 through 2016, 2025, and then he also won back in 95 and 2000. He's been to the Final Four 24 times. He won the Big East tournament 23 times, the Big East regular championship 24 times. He's a 7-time ACC tournament champion and a AAC tournament champion and a 7-time AAC regular season champion. 8-time Coach of the Year, 7-time WBCA National Coach of the Year, 9-time AP Coach of the Year, 6-time USBWA Women's National Coach of the Year, 13-time Big East Coach of the Year, 6-time AAC Coach of the Year. He's in John Wooden's Legends of Coaching Award, and he is in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame and the Basketball Hall of Fame. He has 3 gold medals in the Olympics, 2 FIBA gold medals, 2 FIBA World Championships. So that's quite the resume. Has he entered that realm? That
I think
Jackson
so.
realm.
Yeah, I have him top 4 behind. I have Phil Jackson number 1 because I feel like in the NBA it's 82 games, and no disrespect to Gino, but I mean, I think the fact that Phil Jackson coached 2 egos, intensity people that were driven to win at all costs, and Phil had to manage that. Phil had to manage a cannon loose guy, Dennis Rodman. But here's Phil Jackson's resume too. Phil Jackson has the highest winning percentage of all time as a winning coach in the NBA. And behind him is Popovich. And then 3 is Pat Riley. Phil Jackson has 11 NBA championships, 6 with the Bulls with Jordan, 5 with Kobe, being named the Coach of the Year in 1996. He's also been an NBA. He also won CBA Coach of the Year before it actually emerged twice. He's a Hall of Fame inductee in 2007. He's known for his triangle offense. In my opinion, triangle offense is probably one of the best schemes in the NBA offensive-wise, where 2 are at the guard and there's a post guy. Now to run a little differently now because now people shoot threes a little bit. So they kind of run a little bit of triangle offense, but not a lot like they used to. So yeah, I have Phil Jackson number 1. Number 2, I have Belichick. Number 3, Saban. Number 4, I have Gino.
Yeah, I think he's definitely. I think he's definitely in there for sure. So I mean, huge congrats to them and the UConn for having a fantastic season and coming back to championship form. So we are going to move on to some. We'll actually talk about hockey for a little bit. This is the only time we ever will. So Alexander Ovechkin broke Wayne Gretzky's record of goals. And well, never mind. We're talking about LeBron. So we've seen two huge scoring records broken in the last couple of years. LeBron breaking Kareem's and Ovechkin breaking Gretzky's. What to you was more impressive?
LeBron James. LeBron James. I mean,
Yeah.
here's why. I'm not trying to give any shots to hockey at all. I've watched a little bit of it. I mean, hockey fell off when Gretzky retired, ratings wise. Because Gretzky, in my opinion, is the greatest hockey player of all time. It's a fact. And if you think otherwise, then you're just want clickbait and rage bait. But here's why: LeBron James played 20 seasons in the NBA at the time, 38 years old, averaging 25 points per game that season. And even though they went to the Western Conference Finals and they lost against the Nuggets, apparently. Got swept.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that kind of amount on your body takes a lot on you because you've seen Kobe Bryant, for example, the Laker Kobe Bryant. He tore his Achilles at year 17, and he was forced to retire. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, as he got older, had a hamstring injury, and he had to retire. Shaq tore his Achilles, had to retire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at Michael Jordan, for instance. He was mentally fatigued. He had to retire. And playing that long in the NBA is insane. And no offense to Alex, I think that record is extremely hard to break too with Gretzky. But it took 40 years to beat that record with Kareem. They thought Jordan was going to do it, didn't happen. Kobe Bryant was going to do it, didn't happen. LeBron did it. It took him literally as an 18-year-old kid out of high school to playing that long in the NBA is insane. So, on top of that, he plays a lot of minutes too in the NBA, and he played less games than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he still broke that record. He played less games than Kareem. And you can argue the fact who's the GOAT in basketball is, but that record is never be broken ever again. And Alex might have to be breaking because you have that one guy, David something. I forgot his name. He might break that record one day too. It's hockey, but that amount of body on your NBA body is insane. Dwayne Wade was 37 years old when he retired. He couldn't do it. Yeah. Look at Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
One of the greatest scorers of all time. Can't break that record, man. He can't. He just can't. And no offense to Alex, but playing that long in the NBA is hard. So I have to give it a nod.
Yeah, this is hard for me because I don't watch hockey, so I don't have a good understanding of how crazy that record was. So I'm just gonna say LeBron because LeBron's the GOAT. So, and I know Ovechkin's not the GOAT, and I know Wayne Gretzky is. So I'm gonna just say LeBron because he's the GOAT. So yeah, that's sorry. I mean, if anyone's really a big fan of hockey and watching this and like getting super angry, I apologize. I just don't watch enough hockey. I'm so sorry. Kendrick Perkins said that Jokic is a top 20 player of all time. Do you think he is correct about that?
Yeah, I think he is, but I think Giannis got disrespected a little bit because Giannis has 2 MVPs as well, Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
He also has a championship too. Like why can we can't give Giannis any credit? Where did that die? A couple years ago, he was the best player in the NBA, probably one of the best players in the NBA. He averaged 38. I'm gonna see how much he averaged in that 2021 NBA Finals. Giannis. Hold up.
I hope your stats aren't fake.
No, I hope. Hey, if you think they're fake, you're just doing bad sports talk, and I'm not doing that. 2021 NBA Finals stats. So Giannis averaged 35 points per game that year, 13 rebounds, 5 assists in 6 games in 2021 NBA Finals. And they thought he was about average 40, but didn't happen. He's getting disrespected, Nick. I think he's getting disrespected a lot. Giannis is, and I don't like that. Jokic is great, but Jokic may be a top 3 center of all time in my book, but Giannis is underrated still, and he's getting disrespected a lot, man. So, if you want to do that for Jokic, do that for Giannis too.
Yeah. Well, I think they're both top 20, so I'm totally fine with Jokic being top 20 if you have the honest top 20. They have similar careers, Jokic has the MVP, extra MVP. Giannis has the Defensive Player of the Year. Obviously, MVP is more valuable than a Defensive Player of the Year, but they both had an incredible championship run. So I think they're both top 20, but I think Jokic is top 20. I think Jokic is absolutely top 20 for sure. So, just to round up the NBA talk, kind of, what records do you think we will see broken in our lifetime, and what records do you think will never be broken? I guess one for each. One that you think will be broken, one that you think won't be.
So I don't think anybody's breaking Tiger Woods' record 4 majors in a row in golf, or even his world number 1 ranking. That will never be touched ever again. Scottie Scheffler is great, but Scottie Scheffler hasn't won anything this year, and he might lose that spot this year in the Masters. He doesn't win the Masters. I heard that if the Masters happened right now where he won, he would have been number 1 in the world. He would have lost his streak. Scottie would have lost his streak as world number 1 in golf. So, but look, Tiger Woods' dominance in that era of golf, 4 in a row, majors in a row, and his record for 685 weeks in the row is world number 1. In order to break that record, if Scottie still has that record by 2036, then sure. But it ain't going to happen. Golf is a hard sport. Tiger made it look easy, so that's never going to be broken. Now, I think Brady Bond's record is in jeopardy because right now you have Aaron Judge, who's on track of hitting more than Barry Bonds did in the season right now. So I think that might be breaking this year. Probably
the 70.
Yeah, 73 home runs. He's on track right now. Look at his.
He was on track when he had 60 too. It's hard to keep it up.
Maybe Shohei can do it.
The season.
I think Shohei can do it.
I mean, Aaron Judge has 6 right now, and he's tied for first with probably Shohei. Let me double check here. Here we go. Oh, he's actually tied with Tyler Soderstrom. He probably uses a torpedo bat, and you've never heard of that guy in your life, and he's over here hitting bombs. Ohtani has 4 home runs. You've never heard of this guy, but he's got 6 because torpedo bat. Then there's a couple guys with 5 as well. Kyle Tucker, you know him. Tommy Edman. Actually, we all know Tommy Edman. Logan O'Hoppe. Yeah, anyways. Catcher, by the way, hitting bombs. So for me, so I think a record that will be broken and we'll see broken. I think we will see the NFL touchdown in a season broken, the 55 Peyton Manning. We will see that one broken just because of the way the sport's going. I don't know who's going to break it, but I feel like somebody will. And as for the records that will never be broken, I don't think we will ever see anyone break Jerry Rice's yards record.
Oh yeah, that one's
in the
good
NFL.
too, yeah.
So I'm gonna go in the NFL for that one. So, but last question, real quickly here in the NBA side of things. Man, you really like Ant-Man. Do you think Ant-Man is a top 5 player in the NBA?
I think so, man. Here's why.
Oh my god.
Here's why, Nick. Here's why, Nick. Nick, here's why.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, Nick. Jokic had 60 triple-double last week. Ant-Man had 34. He had to score 10 straight to beat that game by himself, bro. 10 straight points in the NBA. He had to score 10 in the fourth quarter, bro. Dude, come on, bro. Let's stop it, bro. I think it's time to be. Here's the deal. He's clutch too. Jason Tatum wants to be called. You know why Jason Tatum is not good? Jason Tatum is, Nick, and you've done this too. He ain't clutch. He doesn't have that dog in him at all. Ant-Man does. He's a past JT in the NBA right now. So, dude, you gotta come on, Nick. You gotta see it right now. Nick, come on, bro. Right now it's no order. It's LeBron, SGA, Jokic, Giannis, and Ant-Man, bro. Maybe Luka. Actually, Luka. You know what? It's actually a tie between Luka and Ant-Man.
What?
It might be a tie, man.
Okay, so here's. I'm gonna give you a list of people who are better than Ant-Man. Okay.
Okay, who?
LeBron.
Okay.
No order. LeBron. I think Jokic is the best player in the league, and then no order after that. LeBron, Giannis, Jokic, SGA, Luka,
Yeah.
Jason Tatum.
No.
Yes, Jason Tatum's
No.
better. Jason Tatum's better. And then let me think here. Is there anyone else I would firmly put over Ant? Because there's a bunch of guys right in that same spot. I'm missing somebody. I mean, that would put him at 7 if I had him after that. I don't think I would have him at 7. Let me see here. I'm missing somebody.
Is not Jason Tatum's not considered the best player on his team, bro.
He's the best player on his team. Trey,
People want to see that.
Everyone says that. Everyone says he's the best player on his team.
I don't know.
According
to Brian Windhorst,
I think that Ant and like Curry are like kind of in the same spot. I know Curry just had 3 points, but I've seen Ant-Man have some stinkers too. Excuse me, I almost died. I've seen him have some stinkers too. I'm not comfortable with putting him in top 5 conversations yet. He lost to Luka in the playoffs last year. Jason Tatum's the defending champion, and I can't do it yet. I think
maybe one day we'll come back to the conversation and talk about it.
Maybe he goes crazy in the playoffs, gets to the Western Conference Finals, and does fantastic. We'll talk about it then. I need to see one more deep playoff run from Ant-Man before I consider him a top 5 player in the NBA. So, but I understand how much you like him. He's great to watch. He's very fun. So. We are going to move over to some NFL talk. The draft is coming up soon, and Mel Kiper's first mock draft has dropped. We're only going to cover the first 10 picks here because we're not going to go through the entire 2 rounds. But Mel Kiper, round 1, he's got Cam Ward going to the Tennessee Titans at 1. He has Travis Hunter going to the Cleveland Browns at 2. He has Abdul Carter going to the New York Giants at 3. He has Will Campbell, the offensive tackle, going to the Patriots at 4. He has Mason Graham going to the Jacksonville Jaguars, Ashton Jeanty to the Raiders at 6. Armand Mebo. I don't know how to say that last name. Membo, the tackle, going to the Jets at 7. Jalen Walker, the linebacker, going to the Panthers at 8. He has Shador going to the Saints at 9. And he has Tyler Warren, the tight end, going to the Chicago Bears at 10. So some big things, I guess, of note. He has Travis Hunter going 2. He has Shador going 9, and he has Ashton Jeanty going 6. Do you think that Shador at 9th pick to the Saints is right?
I think it's right, but I don't see it happening because I think I just here's the deal. I'm gonna say it straight up. I don't want to make you mad, Nick, but I have a feeling the Cowboys are gonna get him, bro. I just have that feeling. I just have that feeling, dude, in my skin, bro. I have it. That would be dumb. The Cowboys do it. The Cowboys are gonna do it, dude. I have a feeling about the Cowboys. The Cowboys are gonna do it, Nick. They're gonna do it. I hate to say it, but they're gonna trade up to get this guy. They're gonna do it. some way, somehow they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think they're going to do it. I just think they're going to do it. That's a good pick for him, by the way. I think he's pretty good. The Saints suck, but I know Jerry Jones wants Deion Sanders as his coach. And I know even though that won't happen, he signed a contract from Colorado. But I think Deion ain't rolling it out. But I think it's going to happen, bro.
Okay,
It's going to happen.
So the Cowboys are not going to draft Shedeur Sanders. We're just going to just throw that away. If they draft Shedeur Sanders,
I just have that feeling, man.
I will buy you lunch.
I'll
buy you lunch. At 9, I don't think he will go to the Saints. They are paying Derek Carr a lot of money. He is under contract until I believe 2026. He makes $40 million, something ridiculous like that. I think he's a free agent in 2027. I could see them maybe doing it, but the problem is the Saints aren't run very well. So I don't see them making a decision like this that would, be a good decision, because I do think Shedeur would be a good pick for them. But one other thing I disagree with is I don't disagree with it. I could just see Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter flip-flopping. The Cleveland Browns could go Abdul Carter, and then the Giants would definitely go Travis Hunter, and vice versa. But yeah, I think that everything's kind of run-of-the-mill here. I hope Genty falls to the Cowboys, but I know for sure if Genty's there at 10, the Bears will take him. So I don't see how the Cowboys are going to be able to get Genty without trading up, to be honest with you. So, but yeah, that's really it. Everything at this mock draft kind of makes sense. The Shedeur 9 would be interesting, but I just don't know. I don't know. So, and I guess the question is now, because the top 2 picks in the draft, would you rather have, or not top 2 picks, but top 2 quarterbacks? Would you rather have Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward?
I'd rather have Cam Ward on my team.
Okay.
Because I think Cam Ward can actually he can throw the ball. He's a great athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I think his snap count is really, really good, and also with the way he throws. Shedeur Sanders is great, but Shedeur Sanders I don't know, because I think last season he had a battle line in Colorado, and their recruiting was terrible overall. So I can't really do that to Shedeur. But Cam Ward, that guy from against last season against and when he was in Miami was insane. I mean, the throws he made, he was Heisman contention at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But man, this guy is a baller, man. He's a bad boy. That guy can throw the ball. He can actually has pure accuracy. He can run off the ball too. And his pro day was amazing. I watched it. That guy it was an A++ for me. So I would have Cam Ward than Shedeur. Shedeur Sanders is great. I think Shedeur he looks more bulked up than I ever seen him in his life. Like his freaking arms popping out his shirt, bro. Like so I don't know. I think Shedeur is great, but I think his accuracy is a little bit off timing a little bit. And so I could be wrong, because I know last season and the year before that, their line was terrible. So, but I'd rather have Cam Moore on my team than Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, I agree. I for me, it's pretty simple. I think out of the draft, Shedeur would be more ready, but I do think Cam Ward has more upside, and that's really it. I feel like Cam's a better athlete. I feel like he has a better arm. So he definitely has more upside, and I like him going at 1. So I just, I think that Cam is the overall better pick, and I do think I think he's the consensus number 1 now. So, but yeah, we're gonna move over to some MLB and talk about Trey's favorite bat on planet Earth. So Trey writes down here, the torpedo bats are in stock in stores, so that means they're not going away. I just want to answer this real quick, Trey. I can go buy shoes with springs in them and go play basketball with shoes with springs in them that make me jump higher. Just because they're in stores doesn't mean that they're not going to get banned or they don't deserve to get banned. Ban torpedo bats, MLB. This is ridiculous. You got guys that me and Trey never heard of having the same amount of home runs as Aaron Judge. Like, what are we doing? What are we Logan O'Hoppe? What are we doing? Anyways, I don't really know what I think you put that in there to make me mad. It worked.
Yeah,
so
it did.
Good job on you. It did work. So
Dude, here's the deal, though, man.
I don't even want to hear you talk about it.
Here's the deal. I think people prefer. I don't know what to say no more. I think this bat. If we ever play softball or church, bro, I'm buying it.
Bro,
I'm gonna buy it, dude. I'm gonna buy it. And you know how much it is, dude? It's $190 plus tax.
That's insane, bro. Please don't buy that. That's such a waste of money.
I'm gonna buy it for a church softball, and then I'm gonna be like Barry Bonds, bro, on the mound. Wait, bro.
Oh my gosh! Please don't. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so Aaron Judge now has 321 home runs. He is tied with Babe Ruth overall. So the question is, Aaron Judge being as young as he is, already tying Babe Ruth. I mean, I know what your thoughts on this, but do you think that the Babe Ruth era is overrated?
Yes, dude. It's so freaking overrated. I've talked to people about this a lot, and here's the deal. I tell you what, did he win that last in the steroid era? I think Nolan Ryan would shook him out easily. I think in today's era too, he won that last in today's era, bro. You have the guy from the Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher right now who's throwing 200-mile-per-hour baseballs right now. The pitcher of the Pirates, he can shook out Barry Ruth, all because back then it was evolving. Baseball was evolving. It's overrated. I think this guy, sure, he's a legend of the sport, iconic figure. But I'm so sick and tired of seeing this guy freaking act like he's freaking LeBron James all of a sudden now, bro. Or even Barry Bonds. Yeah. In my opinion, the best baseball player of all time is Barry Bonds. Best talent ever is Shohei Ohtani. But I think Alex Rodriguez is better than Babe Ruth. I think Ken Griffey Jr. is better than him. I think Nolan Ryan might be better than him. I'm not sure. I think for sure. I know for sure this guy's overrated, dude. I just can't.
I respect what Babe Ruth means for the game. He played 100 years ago. He didn't play with the best athletes of his time either, because they weren't allowed to play in the same league as him. So I just, Aaron Judge is he's 32 and he's already broken his record of total home runs, and I mean Shohei will be shortly behind him as well in breaking that record. It definitely overrated for sure. Absolutely. So you guys know what week it is. It is Masters week. Super exciting times. The first round starts Thursday. I'm just so excited for this. I love the Masters, but the pairings are out. I just wanted to go over some of the big pairings here. We won't cover all of them because there's a ton, but we have some major pairings here. The big names. So we have Colin Morikawa, Min-Woo Lee, and Joaquin Niemann in a group. That's going to be at 8:47 a.m. Then we have Phil Mickelson, Jason Day, Keegan Bradley. Phil Mickelson being a multiple-time Green Jacket winner, so that's a big group. Group 13, 8:58 a.m. Scotty Scheffler's playing with Justin Thomas and Jose Luis Ballester, who's an amateur, starting his first Masters. Jordan Spieth, Tom Kim, Tyrell Hatton. Then we got another big one down here is going to be, Bubba Watson, a champ. He's not going to do anything. But Bubba Watson, Matthew Pavon, and Evan Beck are playing as well. Then a little bit further down later into the day, Dustin Johnson, another Green Jacket winner. We'll see if he can actually play golf. I don't really know what happened since he went to live, but Dustin Johnson's Nick Taylor, another amateur, and Justin Hastings. And then Brooks Koepka, he's playing with Russell Henley and Sung J M. Adam Scott, Xander Schauffele, and Victor Hovland. That's a pretty good group there. A couple, a former Green Jacket winner, and Adam Scott, and a couple guys wanting to make their claim. And then here's another big one: Roy McIlroy, Ludwig Oberg, and Akshay Bahita. I don't really know how to say his last name. I apologize. I probably butchered that. But Akshay, that's a big one. My two favorite golfers playing in the same group in the Masters is pretty awesome. Roy and Ludwig Oberg. Well, I guess two of my three favorite golfers, because my other favorite golfers in this next group, Hideki Matsuyama, Bryson DeChambeau, Shane Lowry. I love Bryson. And then rounding out the day, John Rahm, Wyndham Clark, Tommy Fleetwood, and then Sahith Theegala, Sepp Straka, and Sam Burns. So those are some of the major pairings. We kind of made our picks last week. Do you want to change anything? Who do you think is going to win?
Right. So now I'm making it official.
Okay.
I have Roy winning it all. He's my second favorite golfer of all time, behind Tiger Woods. And I got Roy winning it. Bryson in the final pairing with Rory.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Bryson's going to do something stupid, bro. He's going to hit the ball so hard that...
He's going to hit it too hard, probably.
And then he's not going to play smart. And he's going to play harder. He's going to play hard. He's going to be fun and hard than play smart. So I have Roy winning it because Roy McIlroy, it's his time in this year. If he wins the Green Jacket this year, the top 5 golfers of all time, it's going to be real interesting. That talk is we're gonna have a talk about that, and that's something that people are going to talk about because people are going to get offended and someone who I was to work with. But you know what? It's what it is.
Yeah, I'm still pretty locked in that Rory and Bryson final pairing. We'll see how that comes out. I'm not going to make a pick for who wins. I don't want to jinx anybody. Let's just say I really like Trey's pick. I'll just say that. That's all I'll say. I like Trey's pick.
And back to Dustin Johnson. That guy's been done since 2020.
He has to at least play well. He doesn't have to win it. He has to play well.
He's the only player besides Greg Norman and missed the cut as world number 1 in all the majors he's played that year. And that was embarrassing. DJ, I don't know what happened to that guy's game, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think Brooks has a shot too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Ludwig for sure. Other than that, John Rahm's he's gonna choke. Rahm's gonna choke.
John Rahm has to play well too. Yes.
And Phil Mickelson, he needs to retire. He's washed up now. That's about it. I think for sure. Bunch of old heads on here. Freddie Couples, he ain't doing anything. Sorry, Freddie.
Hey, be nice to Freddie.
Patrick Cantley's gonna take forever hitting a golf shot right now. He is.
I hate watching Patrick Cantley play.
Yeah.
Man.
She's 6 an hour just to hit the golf ball.
Oh my gosh, it's insane.
Sergio Garcia's in a choke too.
Well, Sergio, yeah. We just got to see someone from Live, not named Bryson DeChambeau, do something like good. Because Bryson obviously still has that desire. He will probably end up back with the PGA Tour after his contract with Live is up. Brooks has to play well. I know we've seen him win recently in terms of majors, but he has to play well. We have to see Rory has to play well. Rory is unfortunate for Rory. He has to win. Like, that's the unfortunate part. He's playing fantastic golf. He won the Players. This would be the career Grand Slam. This is his time. We'll see how Scotty plays. Scotty hasn't had a great year. We'll see if he's able to bounce back and have a good Masters weekend. But overall, yes, JT's playing. JT's in the same group as Scotty. So his best finish was 4th in 2020. That group tees off that's going to be 9:15 a.m. on Thursday. So Central Standard Time. So yeah, I'm super excited for this weekend. Lots of good names in the field. Obviously, it's the Masters. It's the most illustrious tournament in all of golf, even among the majors. It's the most illustrious. So excited, ready. I'm gonna watch all the interviews. I love getting ready for Masters weekend by watching all the interviews Wednesday. So super excited. But yeah, that wraps us up today, guys. We really appreciate y'all joining us today for episode 30 of the Playbook Podcast. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things that help us out greatly. We appreciate the support. And yeah, we will see you guys next week. And hopefully Rory McIlroy will have a career Grand Slam by then. I will be the happiest guy on the show if that's the case. But thank you guys so much, and we will see you again next week for our regular scheduled episode. And this episode should be out sometime this week. So thank you guys so much, and we
remember,
will see you.
Giveaway at the end of the month. So make sure you
giveaway at the end of the month. Comment, subscribe. I believe Trey will be doing it by comments. Whoever comments. So hey, there's only a few people that comment right now, so you're going to have a really good chance to win. But for those of you that watch and don't comment, now's your chance. Now's your chance to hop in there for sure. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. And like I said, we will see you guys next week for a regular scheduled episode. So, have a fantastic rest of your week, and we will see you then.